What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching Vasyl Lomachenko versus Richard Commey, and this was a 12-rounder in the lightweight division, and this fight was Saturday, December 11th, from Madison Square Garden in New York City, New York, and this fight was broadcasted on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and on the ESPN app. And in this fight, Vasyl Lomachenko was able to get a wide and clear unanimous decision victory over Richard Commey. I personally scored about 120 to 107 in favor of Vasyl Lomachenko. I had it a shutout. And Vasyl Lomachenko was able to score a knockdown as well. And the three judges scored about 117 to 110, which I think is a little too close. And the other two judges had a 119 to 108, which is a fair score. So, throughout this fight, Vasyl Lomachenko was really dictating the pace. He looked excellent in this fight, in my opinion, but he really could have got a stoppage win here. But it was really because of taunting Commey that it really led to him not getting a stoppage. He really could have finished Richard Commey, and I'll get more into that as I talk about the later rounds in this fight. But early on, Lomachenko, he looked solid, he looked fast, he looked elusive, he was landing some nice shots on Commey, specifically that left hand. And as expected, Lomachenko was fast on his feet, moving his head. This was for almost every single round. And I had Lomachenko obviously winning every single round. Comment down below how you scored the fight. I presume that it would be wide for Lomachenko. If you watch the fight, all the fans watching. So, Lomachenko was just boxing beautifully. He was also coming forward quite a bit here. Richard Commey wasn't really able to land many big shots on Lomachenko. Occasionally, he would have little flurries where he'd land like pitter patter shots on like Lomachenko's head and sort of shake him around a bit, but they wouldn't really cause that much damage. But early on, Commey was going to the body a bit, and he was landing some nice shots. But then, as the rounds went on, Lomachenko really started to dominate and beat up Commey, really just landing shots to the head, to the body, and just bombarding him with combinations with his excellent footwork and movement. And it's really true to his name, the Matrix. He was just moving around very fast, and just not letting Commey see him when he's moving. He's just a very good mover, and that's really just part of his game plan. And to talk about one of the bigger rounds in the fight, round number 7, Richard Commey got dropped. Initially he did get wobbled, actually. I forgot to mention this in the second round by a beautiful overhand left right to the chin of Commey. It was set up with a left and right to the body, followed up by that left to the head that I mentioned earlier that did buckle him back, and that was right at the end of the second round. But more onto another big round in this fight, round number 7, as I mentioned before. Richard Commey was sort of on the ropes, hurt from a combination from Lomachenko. Then Lomachenko landed a short left hand right to the jaw of Commey. Commey, it looked like he got knocked out while he was falling down, just knocked out cold. And he landed flat in his back, and I was thinking, wow, he's not going to get up from this. But he did, and props to him, showed a lot of heart, and he continued. But it was a brutal shot that did put him down in the 7th. He got back up, but then his legs were gone. His left leg was literally almost touching the canvas. It was so limp and bent. Lomachenko didn't jump on him. Lomachenko was taunting him, and while Commey had time to sort of regain composure and regain himself, he was just, and gain his legs back, actually, and Lomachenko was just turned to Commey's corner, just taunting them, like telling them to stop the fight and such. He really could have jumped on Commey there and stopped him, and the same thing happened later in that round when he hit Commey again with another left hand to the head. And also the same thing happened in, I believe, round 9, when Commey was also hurt and backed up against the ropes, and in round number 12, where in the final 20 seconds, where I was thinking Lomachenko should get a stoppage. He was backing up Commey a lot in that round, landing some nice left hands, making his hair flop around. It adds to the spectacle as well. And Commey was just sitting there, and Lomachenko was just taunting him and just telling him to meet him at the center of the ring when he easily could have just landed some nice shots on Commey. And that's what sort of frustrated me here, that Lomachenko really could have got a stoppage if he pushed for it and if he didn't taunt. But, he really just blew his opportunity, in my opinion. But still, it was a good win. He won pretty wide in the scorecards. And, in the end, it's still a victory. A victory is a victory. And he did beat a top 10 lightweight. And I think he did have the best performance out of all of the lightweights that have fought in the past weeks. And I think he did fight one of the tougher ones. Jojo Diaz fought Devin Haney. Devin Haney won a close decision. Gervonta Davis got a controversial decision in which I thought he lost to Isaac Cruz. And George Kambosos Jr. was able to beat Teofimo Lopez, which was a major upset. And that was also big. So, Lomachenko definitely performed the best and faced arguably the toughest opponent on paper going into the fight. And, he made easy work of him. So, what is next for Vasyl Lomachenko? I would love to see him fight Devin Haney. Gervonta Davis, George Kambosos Jr. I would just love to see him fight a world champion, or even someone who's in the top five, maybe even a Ryan Garcia. That'd be a fun fight to see. But Ryan Garcia is sort of just parading around on social media, not wanting to fight and not making any moves. So I have no clue what's next. But I would just love to see Lomachenko fight a world champion, or someone who's recognized in maybe the top five, top three in the weight class, which is really those world champions. So I just want to see him in a big fight. That's all I really want. So for Richard Commey, I honestly don't know what's next for him. I wouldn't mind seeing him actually fight Masayoshi Nakatani. I mean, ironically, both of them are fighters coming off losses to Lomachenko now, but I think it would make for a pretty decent top-ranked co-main event or main event. I would love to see that fight. I mean, yeah, I think Richard Commey versus Masayoshi Nakatani will be a pretty good fight between two highly ranked top 10 to top 12 lightweights right now. So overall, Vasyl Lomachenko defeats Richard Commey, getting a wide unanimous decision, scoring a knockdown in the process as well to get his 16th victory and to get his second straight win since his devastating loss to Teofimo Lopez. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.